Thank you to Simply Safe for sponsoring today's video.
Simply Safe is an easier way to secure your home and family, and right now Simply Safe is offering its best deals of the year with up to 50% off your security system. Simply Safe systems are customized to your home with a lineup of sensors and cameras all connected to 24/7 monitoring service that sends help fast in an emergency. They've got sensors to cover every window, room, and door, plus lots of extras. Simply Safe has launched a new wireless outdoor security camera that extends Simply Safe Comprehensive Protect into the perimeter of your property with an ultra-wide 140-degree field of view so you can keep watch over your entire outdoor space. Not only that, but it has 1080p HD resolution and 8x zoom and built-in spotlight with color night vision so you can closely capture what's happening around the clock. The system is so easy to set up, and one of our favorite features is the easy-to-remove chargeable battery that doesn't need an outlet so it can go anywhere. Save 50% or more on your Simply Safe security system during their biggest sale of the year. Visit simplysafe.com/redpoppyranch to learn more.
Simply Safe on home.
Okay, it would be ideal if I was working on the goat barn / chicken coop and the covering, the awning that's going to go over the top of that. But the weather's just not letting up. I think what I have decided to do until it dries out a little bit, if it does dry out, I think it's going to, is I'm just going to work on this front porch. I'm going to build the whole front porch, and I'm going to hope that I can get the final post set, the chicken coop scooted back, and before it freezes. Next week we have multiple days where the daytime highs is just barely above freezing. So when it drops down that cold, the ground's gonna freeze and stay frozen for the rest of the year, for the rest of winter. So I've got to do something. The problem is I'm up to my knees in mud over there right now. So for today, tomorrow, maybe the next couple of days, I'm gonna see how much of a jump I can get on this this front porch on the shop. I must say that the deeper that I'm getting into this project, the more I'm enjoying it. I can see that making this change to the front of the shop will make the house and the shop look better together, with both of them having a front porch. On the one hand, timing could not be worse. The projects are piling up, and I'm terrified that soon enough we'll have too much snow on the ground to finish some of these projects. But on the other hand, tomorrow the high is 60 degrees. This is not normal to have 60-degree weather in the month of November. So regardless of what I think might be happening just around the corner, I have to take action in the moment and do as much as I possibly can before the weather does in fact change. My wife, Cedar, has always maintained that the best time of year is the fall in southeastern Idaho. As the leaves on the trees change colors, then fall to the ground, and as the cooler temperatures start to creep in, you have your mornings where you will need a jacket. You have your midday and early afternoon where you will be in a t-shirt. Then you have your evenings where you will again be back in your jacket. But we love it, and we love this time of year, and we also love the snow, which I fear is about to get here. So getting this front porch finished, then getting the roof over the barn/chicken coop, then getting the roof across the back of the shop as well, where the new standby generator will go. Then after that, I don't really care what happens because we have enough other things to do inside when the weather does get bad. So I'm hoping that I can work fast enough and get these things done before it is in fact too late.
You drove how far with this on your truck? Where's your red flags?
I just tore it off.
Oh wow.
I don't know, 40 miles.
40 miles. It's a good thing it's flatbed.
I'm doing what I don't want to use. It's so hard to get the trailer in and out when it's muddy like this.
Yeah.
Last night was the first time I'm like, maybe I bit off a little more than I could chew.
Nice.
Nice shot,
Shot, buddy.
I have many.
Left-handed?
Show the camera in your hands.
Yeah.
And you just made a
Left-hander?
Well, that was
did
right-handed.
awesome.
There we go.
Oh, it was right-handed.
No idea. chose 2x10s versus the 2x8s that I probably could have used because of the 12-foot span between the front of the shop and the beams that the front porch rafters will sit on. Maybe I could have gotten away with 2x8s, but at some point the snow is going to slide off the shop and onto this front porch, and I need to make sure that my angles are correct and that structurally it will handle that snow.
Okay, so this is a 2x12.
This is a 2x10.
Oh, this is a 2x10. What's that?
2x6, but it's part of the truss. Because of the span on this and the snow load, 2x10, I probably could have gotten away with a 2x8, but a 2x10 is definitely better. So it should be really strong, really durable, should last a long time. We should never have any issues. How many times have you driven around town and seen somebody's driveway when the snow slides or whatever? Okay.
And so you'll just do it just like that. You don't have to have metal beams or anything?
No, that's it. Wood beams, that's it. I will set the 2x10 rafters at the same pitch of the shop, which is a 412 pitch, or basically 18 degrees. I am setting the rafters at 24 inches on center instead of the 16 inches on center. The shop trusses are set at 24 on center. The conventional trusses that I built on the house, I set at 16 on center. But here on the front porch, 24 on center with 2x10s will be fine. The further that we get down the road and the more we get established, the more we want things to look good, but also function properly around our little homestead. By running a 3/4 inch water line and installing a yard hydrant around the side of the shop where the chicken coop and the goat barn will be, this will make all of our lives easier when it comes time to feeding and watering the animals in the middle of winter. So after having some minor challenges with my old Honda 3500 generator, I talked with my little brother and he convinced me to try out one of these Predator suitcase generators. This is basically a Honda knockoff. It's supposed to be quieter than the Honda generator, which was appealing, and it was about half the price. That's the big thing. But the Honda stuff lasts forever, and I'm a fan of the Honda stuff. But I'm willing to try the Predator generator just to see if it solves the problems that I have. The two big issues with that old Honda generator is when it's needed, that means we're out of water. To start it, I can start it just fine. Sometimes you have to pull it a few times and actually get the rotating assembly moving before it fires up, because it probably has a lot of hours on it and it needs to be rebuilt. And if I was not around, if I was not here, and that generator needed to be started, it may have been an issue. Even my oldest son, Rhett, may not have been able to start that thing. So for Cedar's sake and for my sake, I went and got a generator that's very easy to start. But what I don't want is this generator on gasoline. The other reason I purchased this generator is because I want to convert it over to propane. Propane lasts indefinitely, more or less. It lasts much, much longer than gasoline does anyway. And it would be nice not to have to lug a can of gas down there, potentially spilling the gas around my shallow well. And I would think a 5-gallon propane tank would last us more than the winter that we would need it. So I'm gonna follow the instructions on this kit that I bought. This is a kit that I bought on, I think it was on eBay, a little bit shy of $200, but it's supposed to be specific to this generator. So I'm gonna hurry up and try and convert it over. I ran this out of gas yesterday. We had to run it to fill up the water tanks yesterday, and so it's completely out of gas. And so I want to see how it runs on propane. I probably could have made the old generator work, but it was a little bit too big, and truthfully, it was providing more power than the little converter actually needed. So I got a smaller, more efficient generator that will be easier for Cedar and the kids to use, again, if I'm not here. As much as I love using Honda stuff, it's not cheap. This little Predator 2000 generator was almost exactly half the cost of what the Honda version would have been. My concern is that this generator will not last anywhere near as long as the Honda generator would have, but we're going to give her a go and see how it lasts. Yep, we put this stuff in the rain. It's all done. I'm going to go down and install it on the shallow well and make sure it fits in the box and make sure everything's running okay. Use the brake. Use one foot. Don't use both feet. Push it. There you go. Pull it up a little more. Perfect. Turn it up. Good job. Next time the water tank gets low, all that we have to do is open the propane bulb and, is that Sage?
Yeah.
Next time we need water, all we have to do is to open the propane bulb, give the generator a few pulls, and we should be good to go.
Can I go up there?
Yeah, let's go say hi to her. For my personality, I have to stay busy. But at times I can stay busy without accomplishing a whole lot. Every once in a while I have to slow down and remind myself what's important, what I should be focused on, and do my best not to get sidetracked. Truthfully, I probably should have finished the solar panel arrays before I started these other projects. But it is what it is. I will get all of these projects done at some point. The Farmer's Almanac says we may have one of the worst winters we have had in a long time. I don't know why and or how the Farmer's Almanac seems to be fairly consistent. But my gut feeling is that when the snow settles in, it's going to be here to stay, and hopefully we have a serious snowpack this year. Everything that I build around here, I try to keep this in mind. If we're going to have animals, how can we best handle these animals when we have 4 feet of snow on the ground outside? I've mentioned this before, but my wife really doesn't ask for a whole lot. She wants to have room in the shop for her boxes of decorations for whatever holiday happens to be getting close. And if it's not too much to ask, maybe a yard hydrant close to the animals, so she doesn't have to carry bucket after bucket of water to the animals every single day. This is a 6-inch timber screw. This ledger board that will be used to support all of these 2x10s is secured to the shop using those 6-inch timber screws at every stud or 16 inches on center. By using these timber screws, if and when an excessive amount of snow slides from the roof of the shop to the front porch, that ledger board's not going anywhere. I could have cut all of the wood siding back and put that 2x10 flush up against the Huberwood plywood that I sheared the entire shop with. But I opted to put the ledger board up this way instead and use those long screws to secure the ledger board properly.
So that's it, huh?
Okay, so
How many inches is that off the side?
probably, so that's me cutting. I cut 22.5 inches off to use for a spacer. Still 16 inches. And then I'm going to have a 2x10 across the front of it, so it'll actually, and then I'm going to put that 1x strip around the whole thing, so it should, I guess I didn't do it on that. I guess I'm not going to do that.
So just 10.
But that's it.
And then the tin. So you put that, plywood, then tin,
And 10 will stick an inch over that.
an inch over this way.
Exactly 16 inches. So that's probably about what the house is and everything else. If you remember the distance between the shop and where I set the horizontal support beam, it was 12 feet. This means I need to use at least a 14-foot board to have the 16-inch overhang that we want. I bought 16-foot 2x10s thinking I could cut the last 22.5 inches off of each board to use in between every 2x10 and keep the waste to a minimum. While the price of lumber has come down quite a bit, these 2x10s are still very expensive. Building this front porch is not going to be cheap, and I do not want to do this again. So I'm trying to do everything in a way where it will last a very, very long time. On our next upcoming video, I'm going to get back on the retaining wall for the chicken coop and get the dirt backfilled around those railroad ties before the weather does change. It looks like the weather is going to be good for a few days this week, so I'll get the excavator one more time and see if I can't clean up that dirt back behind the shop before I set the backup generator in place. We hope you are all doing very well, and again, we thank you for taking time to watch our videos.